Hello, everybody. Here we are, rounding out September, going into October. Figured I'd take a little time. Felt halfway decent, and let's be honest about it, I'm a little freaking high. Or I'm a lot high, but I got reasons for it. So don't judge me. Anyhow, just kidding. So I figured I'd give you a wrap up of everything that happened in October. A lot going on. Do want to get out from the get-go. Appreciate everybody that's been anxiously waiting for a new podcast to take and give me this time to get in the swing of things, because it is something that's going to take time between my physical ailments and the repercussions from that, and finding time and feeling halfway decent. You know how it is. No, I'm not going to really push myself unless I have to, because it doesn't end up well for me. Anywho, I'm going to try to get more frequency started up. It's going to be a slow process, so bear with me, but here we go. So, what in the hell has this guy been up to for the past freaking month? Well, there's a lot been going on with the illness. This month has been pretty much flare-up city. Now, if you're not familiar with what a flare-up is, essentially it's imagine a bonfire. Let's just go easy. Just imagine a bonfire. Throw a little gasoline on it. It blazes up. That would be a flare-up. Little different though when it comes to illness flare-ups, because what happens is that big flame, when you throw the gasoline on the bonfire, it stays. It doesn't go back down. It stays, and it stays, and it stays, and it stays. But anyways, so what winds up happening is it gets worse and continues to get worse. And you wind up, it spreads. It does get better, don't get me wrong, but one of the problems with flare-ups is you never know how long they're going to last, how intense they're going to get, or, whether they're going to ebb and flow. You just never know. It could be any of those, it could be all of them, it could be a combination, but you never know. And in my case, when the flare-ups start, the tremors get worse. It's been quite a task this past month, just trying to get, simple things done that need to be done around the house and whatnot. Because I had to time it around when I'm not shaking as bad. Now, granted, I do have stuff that I take. Hemp THCA has done good, and I do have Requip, which does help a little, but all in all, it's just a matter of keeping the THCA flowing enough and high enough quantity so that I don't have that drop off, and which means the flare up can really go to work. Because the problem is, once it flares up, the sooner I can work on it, the better. The longer I prolong taking and doing something, which is usually getting the THCA going, is it gets worse. And the worse it gets, sometimes it takes a long time. As in not hours. I'm talking days to bring it back down. So I had to be a little cautious and mindful all at the same time when I'm doing my flare-up management, if you want to call it that. Because if you go too light, then you risk not having enough there. And even if I smoke hemp bud, it still takes a while for it to get in my system. So 15 minutes 20 minutes, and still 15-20 minutes I got to deal with until it starts working. Gummies, of course, take longer. So, I have to time it just right to keep it quailed down. And it hasn't been easy. And honestly, some of my efforts have been for naught. Um, Going back to that bonfire flare up image there, not only do I get, that sudden increase in symptoms, but also get the burning sensation too. So, right now, I'm in a decent flare up, I guess. This long flare up I've been in for a while here. I'd say this is probably about mid range. Mid range on the pain scale here, but everything that touches my skin fucking hurts. It hurts. It's just searing freaking pain. But again, the THC helps. THCA. Be a little clear on that. It's all hemp derived that I take, folks. Just so you know, it is all legal. But, the thing is, though, the worse they are, the less you want to do, the less sleep you get, the less comfort you feel literally in your own skin. And that's just me. Everybody's journey's different, but that's mine. And I honestly have smoked more hemp bud this past month than I have in months before because it's been a lot worse. This is some of the worst I've had in a while. Getting through it it's gradually calming down, so it just takes time. Unfortunately, this is one of the long-lasting flare-ups. Those of you that have flare-ups for whatever reasons, you know what I'm talking about. These really long, drawn-out ones that just drag you all the way to the ground and just make you want to just lay there. There's days I don't freaking want to do anything, honestly. I'm not going to say ball up in the fetal position because I'd probably just, the jerking would start with the freaking spasms and stuff, and I wouldn't be able to stay there long anyway, so that would be a futile effort. But that's what's kind of kept me slowly getting everything implemented here, because it's just one of those things that, I've got to look after my health. A long time ago, I didn't look after my health, and I learned how to manage a lot of stuff on the fly. So it's one of those things where I'd rather live and learn and not learn at all, because it doesn't matter if I push through it or try to, ignore it, so to speak, which, it's impossible to fully ignore it, but you know what I'm getting at there. The problem is that it's going to let me know it's there, and it's going to keep getting worse. And that's just the case of it. You can't, it's not just one of the things you can just say, oh, well, it's not going to affect me, because it does. And eventually, as I have found out recently, you're going to hit a freaking brick wall, big ass brick wall, and your body's going to shut it down. And I've had to learn that the hard way. My body has taught me a lot of freaking lessons here this past month. So, it's not been all sunshine and rainbows and puppies and whatever else. But, I do what I can do. I'm going to go over a lot more stuff about the symptoms and whatnot when I do my full pain episode for the podcast for dealing with chronic disease. So I'll get in a lot more detail there. Just know that this month has really fucking sucked. It sucks ass. It sucks a big old fat donkey dick. But you know what? I'm moving on. So I'm moving through. I'm getting through the days. Luckily, I do have a good support staff. I can't pay anybody. I couldn't buy a damn pot to piss in right now. But my support structure and the people around me that have really helped me through this, because honestly, when you hear all the crap I deal with on a daily basis, you're in long term, you're probably gonna be like, oh, holy shit, how does this guy how does he walk? How does he get up? Actually, I've had doctors, how do you function? Unless I looked at these notes, I wouldn't know what was going on, and honestly, until I did some testing, they didn't. Someone don't believe me. Let's go ahead and put it out there. I mean, there's some doctors I went to the first visit, and they're like, "What? There's nothing wrong with you. You walked up in here just fine. You got a cane, and but really, I mean, what the hell is going on with you?" And then once they hear it and start doing the exam, they're like, "Holy shit! How do you do this?" And you do. And again, I'll cover more of this. My little the things that I guess I've kind of been forced to do over the years, as far as pain and whatnot. But anyhow, I don't want to get too far on the side tangent there, because that's going to be another episode. Good old long one. So when that one comes out, you'll have a little earworm there for a while with me. But, again, I deal with it as it comes. I deal with the weirdness, the flare-ups, the whatever the hell it is. Whatever that flare is doing to me at that point in time, I just deal with it as it is. Which is why I am a little high. Because it's been a pretty rough day, and I honestly have I've smoked 3 big old fat king size hemp. I don't know, you call them joints or cigarettes? I don't know, whatever the hell your preference. Doobie, let's just say doobie. Yeah, I've had 3 today, so it's been pretty rough. And if I've had 3, that means that I'm either trying to taking my big old boy, knock you flat on your butt. Literally, it's called adios, motherfucker. I mean, that's how strong this gummy is. Which I'll tell you more about the gummies also in another episode with the pain one. But I'm going to do some little spotlights too on the stuff that I use on a daily basis and recommend. So you'll just have to wait for those. But anyhow, if you know me, you know where I get the stuff. But anywho, so and that's that. So what else is new? Did go see my neuromuscular this past month, and this was following up from a biopsy I had back last month. I think it was. I don't know. Everything's running together. So I had the biopsy back in May, June. Hell, I don't know. Anyhow, it's irrelevant at this point. When it was, but I did go see neuromuscular, and results that it came back on my biopsy pointed towards a mitochondrial disorder. Yay me, more stuff. Ooh, more crap to deal with. Anyhow, no, I'm totally joking there, because it's not going to be a fun ride if that's what it is. But anyhow, we wound up getting a sample sent off to Baylor, and I went in and see her in just because when the appointment was, and I wasn't going to cancel something for a specialist when it's hard as hell to get appointments, as some as you know. But I went to see her, get some advice on stuff, and when the doctor tells you they're concerned, it doesn't help you any, honestly. I mean, I'm glad that my doctor is being more open and honest with me, because I'm going to be upfront. I mean, me and her, we butted heads like hell. I mean, we were freaking going at each other's throats, and, not necessarily throats, so to speak, but there's a lot of headbutting, a little headstrong personalities there, and I think we both learned a lot from it. because things are different this go around with her. So, oh, she's a good doctor. It's just, bedside manners aren't always the best. But whatever. As long as it's getting results, I'll deal with it. But yeah, she's concerned because, the mitochondrial disorder can be many. There's so many that fall in that category. And we can't really do anything treatment-wise. Essentially just symptom management, because there's nothing like the hemochromatosis. There's no way to fucking ever get rid of this stuff. So they just treat the symptoms. But nonetheless, we got a few things squared away there with what she wanted to do. She did start me on a supplement, and people can say what they want about supplements. I've had people, when I first started taking CBD, I heard it, and that was years ago. CBD is like sugar to me now. It barely does anything. I guess maybe it's more like stevia or something. I don't think sugar. I think sugar probably does more than CBD does for me now. Some of the derivatives like CBG, yeah, but we'll cover that during our pain episode. So you'll just have to wait for that one too. But I started with CBD and all the way up to, more potent gummies, more potent derivatives, gummy-wise. And then I got into the smoking hemp, which is, been really good. But she was more open with me about doing stuff, trying different stuff like this, because she knows that I use hemp. So we actually added in some CoQ10. Apparently she's got some kind of cocktail that once she figures out we find out from Baylor exactly what I have going on, she'll give me her full cocktail. But it's good to know that she's done it enough and knowledgeable enough that she can do this. So I appreciate it, and I've told her I appreciate her not giving up on it too, because at one time I honestly thought she had, and that's when everybody hit. But that's for another day. And also, a wonderful, wonderful news. I also found out I've got to have surgery now again. Different surgery, a different limb, different head. One I haven't had done before. Essentially, it's a ulnar nerve capital release. Essentially, your funny bone, the nerve that when you freaking hit your elbow and you scream "son of a bitch," because it feels like someone just shock waving your fucking arm down to your fingers. Yeah, that nerve. Yeah, that little bitch. Yeah, apparently, over time, it can get irritated, and tunnel it goes through. I guess if you want to call it that. That's the most common term, I guess, for the tunnel. Can narrow for various reasons. Who knows with me? It could be calcification. It could be, mine could even be something like freaking deterioration. I don't know. Hell, my body confused itself. I don't know. Who knows? But nonetheless, we're going to have to go in there and do some surgery on it. Got to get that scheduled out. So it won't be this month. Too much stuff going on this month. Got a wedding and a wedding later this month, which is going to be really nice. Good folks getting married there. And if either one of them are listening, can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. So yeah, there's that. So now I'm waiting on results to find out how shitty this freaking mitochondrial disorder is, or which shitty one I got, I guess is a better way to put it. I get to get surgery scheduled, get cut on again. probably going to wind up getting the other side too. Left side is as bad, if not worse. I got to do some more tests on it. But yeah, that one's probably going to be next. Once I hit look good from the right side. And just dealing with the day-to-day bullshit from the freaking flare-ups and symptoms and just everything that goes along with all this mess. That's pretty much it. Did have one little exciting thing happen the other day, a little road rage incident. Not me, I wasn't road raging. It was some idiot, and some idiot that felt like, I guess, well, this, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say he got overly offended from a middle finger. Yes, folks, you heard that right. I flipped someone off, and they totally lost their shit. And I had to deal with an idiot road rager. So be on the lookout. I'm going to do a video probably for that one, but little tips and tricks for a little public service announcement for everybody there, for the folks that had to deal with those morons and the morons that are doing the road raging. So yeah, be on the lookout for that one. That'll be fun. That'll be a good laugh for everybody. But there we go. That's what we got going on, folks. It's been pretty taxing, say the least. Oh yeah, one other thing before I forget. Telling you, you can't push through it. Yeah, well, found out here twice this month of September actually, is that if I go too far, get too hot, it's not a pretty sight. It's actually pretty scary for everybody involved. So yeah, that's, I gotta be mindful of that. So a lot of things that are changing still in my life, but nonetheless, we'll cover more of that in a later episode, and later I'm gonna do the pain one and some other of the chronic disease series I was gonna do, and I got planned down the pipeline. But again, thanks for joining me, and appreciate you listening and being interested in my little life. If you have any questions, comments, or about anything, whatever the episode, things I've said, things talked about, things you'd like to see in upcoming episodes, or good discussion about, whatever. You just want to say hi, just shoot me a message there. You can do it from your podcast or social medias. If you go to my website, www.intomymind.net, that's www.intomymind.net, and you take and look on the links there. I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have Facebook. Don't do a lot Facebook. And what else I got on there? I don't have X. After Musk took it over, I said screw it. Not just because of Musk, but because the platform is just trash now. Straw that broke my back on that one was something. Well, it seems simple, but it was a stupid thing to do. He disabled two-factor authentication. Once two-factor authentication, he disabled that, and I couldn't get it back on there. Yeah, I was done. Because, I'd like to 2FA for keep people out of my accounts. If you've ever been hacked or close to being hacked, or somebody screwed with your stuff, or open an account in your name, I'll tell you a story about that one, by the way, at some point. So maybe a little bedtime story. Maybe we can do some bedtime stories. I don't know. I'm getting pretty high here, so we're going to go ahead and cut this loose here before I really go off on a tangent, and we're here for hours. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to hear me talk for hours. So hope everybody has a good upcoming October. Have a good rest of your year, and whatever. Just have a good one. And remember, always remember, have the day you deserve. Till next time, this is Patrick, and I'm out. Bye.